Good day everyone, this is Ma'am Kath, and in this video I am going to discuss Lesson 6, which is about geometric sequence and geometric series. Let's define geometric sequence by differentiating or comparing it from our previous lesson, which is about arithmetic sequence. So let's go back to our previous lesson. When we say arithmetic sequence, so nakukuha po natin yung term or yung next term by adding the same number. So dapat po pare-parehas yung ina-add natin. And yung tawag natin dun sa number na ina-add is the common difference. On the other hand, when we say geometric sequence, kung dito po ay adding or addition yung ginagamit na operation, dito naman nakukuha natin yung next term by multiplying the same number, and ang tawag naman po dun sa number na iyon ay common ratio. So kung dito sa arithmetic ay common difference, dito naman po ay common ratio. For example, we have the arithmetic sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, and so on. So, ang atin pong magiging common difference dito will be 4. So, again, paano natin na-compute si 4? So, we are going to get two consecutive terms. So, halimbawa po ito, 15 at saka 19, magkasunod. So, we are going to subtract. 19 minus 15 is 4. 15 minus 11 is 4. 11 minus 7 is 4. And 7 minus 3 is also 4. And ito pong common difference na ito yung gagamitin natin pang add para makuha yung mga next term. So, 19 plus 4, ang kasunod will be 23. 23 plus 4 is 27, and so on. For geometric sequence, we have this example. 3, 6, 12, 24, 48, and so on. We are going to get the common ratio by dividing the two consecutive terms. So for example, we have 48 and 24. So 48 divide 24, that is 2. 24 divide 12 is 2. 12 divide 6 is 2. And 6 divide 3 is 2. So, ito naman, yung common ratio na ito yung gagamitin natin to get the next term. So, 48 multiply by 2, the answer will be 96. And hanggang sa mag-multiply ka ng mag-multiply po ng 2 para makuha yung next term. So again, when we say geometric sequence, it is a special type of sequence where each term after the first is obtained by multiplying by a fixed non-zero number. So why does it have to be a non-zero number? So, syempre, alam naman po natin na any number multiplied by 0 is 0. So kailangan po, non-zero po talaga siya. Any number other than 0. So, yung tawag po natin doon sa fixed non-zero number is the common ratio denoted by small letter r. So, it is called the common ratio because it is the ratio of any two consecutive terms in the sequence. So, again, two consecutive terms. For example, 1, 3, 9, and 27. So, again, two consecutive numbers. We are going to divide to get the ratio. So, 27 divided by 9, the answer is 3. And another two consecutive, 9 and 3. So, 9 divide 3 is 3. And 3 divide 1 is also 3. So, again, fixed po iyan, hindi po nababago. So, therefore, our common ratio is equal to 3. Another example, we have 10, 20, 40, 80. So, same process doon sa example natin kanina. Two consecutive terms, 80 divide 40 is 2. 40 divide 20 is also 2. And 20 divide 10 is 2. So, common ratio is equal to 2. Another, we have negative 3, 9, and negative 27. So, kung mapapansin po ninyo, we have negative, positive, negative. So, automatic ang kasunod po nito will be positive, negative, positive, negative, and so on. So, ganun pa rin po. Kahit iyan ay may sign na, ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin. So, negative 27 divide 9. So, negative divide positive, the answer should be negative. So, negative 27 divide 9, the answer is negative 3. Positive 9 divide by negative 3, ganun pa rin. Positive divide by negative, the answer is negative 3. So, ang atin pong common ratio is negative 3. Another example, let's try 5, 10 over 3, 20 over 9, and 40 over 27. So, ganun pa rin po yung ating gagawin. Two consecutive terms, we are going to divide. So, this will be 40 over 27 divide by 20 over 9. So, when we are dividing two fractions, we are going to get the reciprocal nun pong nasa denominator. So, let's try. So, copy lang po yung numerator, 40 over 27. And instead na division pa rin yung gagamitin na natin is multiplication. So, 40 over 27 times, and then the reciprocal, ang pagkuha po ng reciprocal, pagbabaligtarin natin yung pwesto ng numerator and denominator. So, the reciprocal of 20 over 9 will be 9 over 20. Okay, so let's simplify para hindi tayo mahirapan pag multiply dito. So, 40 and 20 are both divisible by 20. So, 20 divided by 20, that is 1. 40 divided by 20, that is 2. Another, simplify natin, 27 at saka yung 9. So, they are both divisible by 9. Greatest common factor nila is 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1, and 27 divided by 9 is 3. So, after po natin masimplify, we can now multiply. So, 2 times 1 is 2, divided by or over 3 times 1 is 3. The answer or the common ratio will be 2 over 3. So, same lang po nung magiging sagot. If you try 20 over 9 divide by 10 over 3. So, magiging answer pa rin po is 2 over 3. Same with 10 over 3 divide by 5. So, the common ratio here will be 2 over 3. So, syempre, same with the arithmetic sequence, meron din po tayong gagamiting formula para ma-solve natin yung nth term ng isang geometric sequence. So, for example, may binigay na sequence sa inyo, papahanap yung 30th term. So, using this formula, mas madali nating mahahanap kung ano yung 30th term. So, the formula is a sub n equals first term times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. So, yung atin po diyang a sub n, that is the last n term. So, or yung pinapakompute sa atin, for example, ay 30th term. So, this will be a sub 30. This one, a sub 1, as I have said earlier, that is the first term. R is for the common ratio. And yung n po natin dito is the position of the term. So let us try our first example. Find the ninth term of the geometric sequence 1, 4, 16, 64, and so on. So again, yung formula po na ito yung ating gagamitin. But first, let us identify what are the given. So, ang ating kailangan i-compute is yung ninth term. So, that will be question mark dahil hindi pa po natin alam. Ang first term natin, a sub 1, is yung unang term natin dito, which is 1. The common ratio, so para makuha natin yung common ratio, we are going to divide two consecutive terms. So, let's say itong 64 at saka 16. So, 64 divided by 16, the answer is 4. Same with this one, 16 divided by 4 is also 4, and 4 divided by 1 is also 4. Another given that we need for our formula is n. So, para naman po makuha yung n, given naman na po siya yung position po ng ating kino-compute. And that is the 9th term. So, n will be equals 9. So, once na meron na kayo nitong apat, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute sa ating formula. So, a sub n, that will be a sub 9 equals a sub 1 or first term is 1 times r is 4 or common ratio is 4 raised to n is 9 and then copy po yung minus 1. So, syempre, unahin nating i-compute yung nasa exponent. So, 9 minus 1, that is 8. Next, based on the PEMDAS, uunahin po natin ay exponent kesa sa multiplication. So, 4 raised to 8. So, hindi po iyan 8 times 4 ha. Baka may malito. 8 beses nating imumultiply ang 4. So, 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So, 4 raised to 8, that is 65,536. And then, i-multiply lang natin sa 1, the answer is still the same, 65,536. So, ibig sabihin, ang ninth value po natin sa ating given sequence na ito is 65,536. Let's try example number 2. So, find the sixth term of the geometric sequence where the first term is 5 and the common ratio is 3. So, dito sa second example natin, walang ibinigay na mismong sequence. But, let us try to compute kahit po walang sequence. Meron naman po iyang ibinigay na mga specific na given. So, ang ating kailangan i-compute is a sub 6, which is the sixth term. So, ang ating first term, based on the given problem, first term is 5. Common ratio is 3. And of course, the value of n, dito na lang natin siya kukunin. So, that is 6. So, same process dun sa kanina. Let's substitute the values. So, this will be a sub 6 equals, first term is 5 times common ratio is 3 raised to position is 6 minus 1. So, ito po muna ulit. 6 minus 1 is 5. And then, 3 raised to 5, the answer is 243. Again, this is not 3 times 5. Ibig sabihin po nito, yung 3 ay magmumultiply tayo ng 5 beses. So, this will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Kaya po yan ay 243. And then, 243, imumultiply naman natin dito sa ating first term, which is 5. So, ang ating final answer will be 1,215. Meaning to say, ito pong 1,215 yung ating ika-6 na term sa ating sequence. Let's now proceed with our third example. The second term of a geometric sequence is 9, and the fifth term is negative 243. Find the following. Letter A, common ratio, B, first term, and letter C, the eighth term. So, dito po sa ating example number 3, kagaya po doon sa na-discuss natin sa arithmetic sequence, kapag ganito yung pinapahanap, ibig sabihin, tatlong iba't ibang computation at tatlo po yung ating magiging final answer. So, the first one, kailangan nating masolve is the common ratio, the value of r. Next is the first term, a sub 1. And the last is a sub 8 or the 8th term. Let's first compute for the common ratio. So, identify muna natin yung mga given. R, so that will be blank dahil hindi pa po natin alam yung value ng ating R. Yun yung ating i-compute. A sub 1. So, doon sa ating given problem, wala pong sinabi na first term. We have the last term. So, mamaya natin alamin yung mga yan. And of course, we have to know the value of n. So, itong apat yung mga kailangan nating malaman na value. But first, dito muna tayo sa mga binigay talaga nung ating problem. So, wala tayong first term. The second term is 9, a sub 2. Wala rin pong third term, fourth term, and ang ibinigay na fifth term is negative 240. So, doon sa ating pagdi-discuss ng arithmetic sequence, ang ginawa natin para magkaroon tayo nitong values dito, nag-assume po tayo. So, again, this is the original position. And para lang po tayo ay magkaroon ng values dito, nag-assume tayo na yung 9 natin will be our first term. And of course, kung ito yung first term natin, ang ating magiging fourth term, ma'am, bakit po fourth? So, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be negative 243. So, now, may maiilagay na po tayo dito na values. First term natin is 9. Last term natin ay negative 243. And yung value ng n natin dito, ikailan ba si negative 243? Iyan po ay ika-4. Okay, let us now use the formula para po makompute natin yung common ratio. So, ang ilalagay natin dito, a sub n will be negative 243 equals, first term is 9. So, wala tayong ilalagay sa r, and then 4 minus 1. So, copy lang natin ito. 4 minus 1 is 3. Since ito po ay multiplication, 9 times r raised to 3, para po matanggal natin yung 9 dito, we are going to divide both side of the equal sign by 9. So, bakit po 9? Para po makancel natin dito yung 9. So, negative 243 divided by 9, the answer is negative 27 equals, so ang natira na lang po natin dito is yung r cube. Ngayon, paano natin mako-compute si r? Paano natin matatanggal dito si cube? So, the opposite of cube is, of course, the cube root. Kailangan po may 3 dahil cube yung ating ginamit. Kung wala itong 3 dito sa taas, magiging square root lang po iyan. So, for us to have the cube root, kailangan po ay meron ditong 3. Take note na kung ano po yung dinivide dito, yun din ang i-divide. Divide both side by 9. So, kung ano po yung nilagay natin dito sa right side ng equal sign, yun din yung ilalagay natin dito sa left side ng equal sign. So, parehas iyang cube root. So, kapag meron na tayong cube root dito, tapos may cube pa yung nasa loob, makakancel na natin yung cube. So, ang matitira na lang dito is r. And then, solve natin cube root of negative 27. So, pwede po natin iyang i-input sa calculator. And the answer will be negative 3. Therefore, the common ratio in the given sequence is negative 3. Next, let us compute for the first term. So, ang given natin, first term is blank. Wala tayong first term. Value of r is negative 3. Yung na-compute po natin sa letter A. Last term is, gamitin natin yung negative 243, last term. So, ang i-compute na natin ay first term, this one. So, itong negative 243 natin ay ika-limang term. Fifth term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaya po ito ay naging 5. So, let us now use the formula. So, substitute the values. Ang last term natin ay negative 243 equals, wala tayong first term, times, ang ratio natin ay negative 3 raised to 5 minus 1. So, 5 minus 1, that is 4. And negative 3 raised to 4 is 81. So, again, a sub 1 times 81. Para po matanggal natin yung 81 dito, we are going to divide both sides of the equal sign by 81 para po makancel natin yung 81 sa kalapit ng a sub 1. So, ang matitira na lang po dito ay a sub 1 equals, so negative 243 divided by 81, the answer is negative 3. Meaning to say, ang ating first term dito is negative 3. And letter C, we are going to compute for the 8th term. So, our given a 8th term, so yan po yung kailangan nating i-compute. Common ratio na compute natin sa letter A is negative 3. And ang ating first term na compute natin sa letter B is also negative 3. And the value of n, this one po, kasama ng A is 8. So, ganun pa rin po, substitute. So, A sub n, this will be A sub 8 equals, first term is negative 3 times, ratio is negative 3 raised to the position 8 minus 1. So, 8 minus 1 is 7. Negative 3 raised to 7, the answer is negative 2,187. And then, multiply that by negative 3. So, negative times negative, the answer should be positive. And that is positive 6,561. So, therefore, ang atin pong ikawalong term sa ibinigay na sequence is 6,561. Let's now try example number 4. McCoy is a farmer in the province that started raising native chickens. In his first month, he had 3 chickens. Every month, the number of chickens doubled as each chicken hatched more chicks. The number of chickens each month follows a geometric sequence. So, number 1, how many chickens does McCoy have by the 5th month? And question number 2, how many chickens does he have in the 12th month? So, let us first compute for number 1. 5th month. So, of course, let us identify the given. Ang kailangan nating i-compute ay yung ika-5th month. That is why A sub 5 is a question mark. Hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung answer dito. Yun yung ating i-compute. Next, we have the first term. So, nabanggit po dito, ang first month niya, meron siyang 3 chickens. So, first term is 3. Common ratio. So, saan natin makukuha si common ratio? Based on the given problem, the number of chickens doubled. Nadodoble. So, meaning to say, the value of common ratio will be 2. And the value of n, kukunin na lang natin dito yan sa a sub 5, and that is 5. So, let's use the formula. Substitute. A sub 5 equals, first term is 3. Common ratio is 2. Raised to n, which is 5, and then copy po yung minus 1. So, 5 minus 1, that is 4. 2 raised to 4, or 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. And then 16 times 3, the answer is 48. Meaning to say, Do'n po sa ikalimang buwan ng pag-aalaga ni McCoy ng mga chickens, native chickens, meron na siyang 48 chickens. For question number 2, how many chickens does he have in the 12th month? So kagaya din po kanina sa question number 1, but this time aalamin natin yung ilang piraso na ng chickens ang meron siya doon sa ika-12 month. So ang given natin, A sub 12 dahil ika-12 month yung ating kailangang isolve. A sub 1, that is still 3. First month niya ay 3. Value of R is doubled, so that is 2. And the value of N, yung ika-12 na po, so that is 12. Same formula po tayo. So substitute. So this will be A sub 12 equals, first term is 3 times common ratio is 2 raised to the position 12 and then copy minus 1. 12 minus 1, that is 11. And then 2 raised to 11, that is 2,048. And then 2,048, i-multiply po natin sa 3. The final answer is 6,144. Ibig sabihin, kung patuloy ng patuloy po yung pag-aalaga niya ng native chickens, habang tumatagal, talagang nadodoble po or lumalaki yung bilang ng kanyang chickens. So sa ika-12 month niya, meron na siyang 6,144 chickens. Ay napakadami, haning. Let us now proceed with the geometric series. So, tandaan po, yung ginamit nating formula kanina is for geometric sequence para ma-compute natin yung pang-ilang term and term. This time, we are going to compute for the geometric series. So again, when we say series, that is the sum of terms. So, sum of terms of the geometric sequence. So, meron po tayo ditong tatlo bale na formula. Dalawa po para sa finite geometric sequence and isa para sa infinite geometric sequence. So, differentiate lang natin yung finite at infinite. When we say finite, meron po iyang last term or may hangganan. Infinite naman po, yan yung ating sequence na dire-diretso lang po yung sequence natin or walang katapusan. So we have these two formula for finite sequence and this formula for infinite. Take note of this sign. Yan po ay the sign po ng ating infinite. So yung ating S sub n, that is the sum of terms, yung atin pong i-compute. A sub 1, that is the first term. Yung ating R po diyan, of course, that is the common ratio. Yung N dito, that is the position of the term. So ano ang pinagkaiba lang nitong dalawang ito? Dito po sa second formula natin, meron tayong A sub N. Dito po ay wala. So kung mapapansin, wala ditong last term. Dito po ay meron. On the other hand, for infinite geometric sequence, ito po yung ating gagamitin na formula. S sub infinite equals A sub 1 divided by 1 minus the common ratio. So, ma'am, paano po ba malalaman kung infinite ang geometric sequence? Saka po, paano po natin makukuha yung sum ng infinite? Ay di bagapot iyon ay walang katapusan? So, that is a good question. So, malalaman po natin na infinite geometric sequence siya if the common ratio is greater than -1 but less than +1. But not 0. So, take a look at this number line. So, ano po ba yung mga pasok dito sa condition na ito? Unang-una, hindi po pwede na 0. Always remember, dapat po ang common ratio is non-zero. So, hindi po dapat pasok ang zero diyan. And then, lahat po ng number na mas mataas sa negative 1. So, iyan po ay yung negative 0.9, negative 0.5, negative 0.1, and so on. Ano naman po yung less than positive 1? Positive 0.9, positive 0.6, positive 0.2, and so on. So, if ever na ganyan po yung ating magiging ratio, automatic, ang gagamitin po natin na formula is yung para po sa infinite geometric sequence. Question. Kasama po kaya si negative 1 at si positive 1? The answer is no. Dahil po, ang sabi po dito is common ratio is greater than negative 1. Hindi naman po sinabing greater than or equal. Dito naman ay sinabi naman po dito ay common ratio is less than positive 1. Hindi po sinabi dito na r is less than or equal. So, hindi po natin isasama si negative 1, si 0, at si positive 1. Lahat lang po ng mga nasa gitna nilang dalawa. So, yung atin po diyang S sub infinite, so that is the sum of infinity. A sub 1 is first term, and R is the common ratio. So, all in all, sa atin pong geometric series, meron tayong tatlo na formula. So, ito pong formula na ito, kapag may A sub n, meaning to say the last term is even, and dito naman, the last term is not given. And for this one, that is for infinite geometric sequence. So, itong dalawa po ay para sa finite sequence. Okay, let's have our example number 1. What is the sum of the first 8 terms of 2, 6, 18, and 54? So, kailangan po nating isolve is S sub 8, sum of the first 8 terms. And then, ang ating first terms, that is 2. Common ratio. So, let's compute for the common ratio. Again, we are going to divide. 54 divide 18 is 3. 18 divide 6 is also 3. And 6 divide 2 is also 3. So, once na whole number ang ating sagot dito, automatic, alin man po dito sa dalawa yung ating gagamitin. But, let us see kung given ba yung last term or hindi. So, based on the given problem, ang ating magiging n is 8. Okay, is the last term given or not? Okay, so walang last term na ibinigay. So, gagamitin po natin is yung finite geometric sequence, last term is not given. May exponent. So, 2 times 1 minus 3 raised to 8, so that is 6,561. And then 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Next, pag-minusin muna natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, 2 times 1 minus 6,561, the answer is negative 6,560. And then, copy lang po yung denominator. Next, multiply po natin. Negative 6,560 times 2. The answer is negative 13,120. And then divide by 2. Negative divide by negative. Automatic, the answer is positive. And that is positive 6,560. Another example. Find the sum of a geometric sequence if the first term is 3, the sixth term is 96, and the common ratio is 2. So again, first, let us identify the given. Ang first term po natin, based on the given, is 3. Sixth term is 96. And the common ratio is 2. So, ang magiging last term po natin bali dito will be 96 since wala naman na pong ibang binanggit sa ating given problem. So, kung ito yung magiging last term natin, ang magiging value ng n natin will be 6. And of course, ang kailangan po natin i-compute ay sum po from a sub 1 hanggang a sub 6. So that will be s sub 6. Hanapin po natin yung sum nung first term hanggang sixth term. So, ang ating last term ay given, that is why ito po yung ating gagamitin na formula. So, substitute the values. So, this will be a sub 1 is 3 minus, last term natin is 96 times the ratio is 2. All over 1 minus r is 2. So, unahin natin, i-multiply muna natin 96 times 2. So, that is 192. Copy lang po iyon. 1 minus 2 is, of course, negative 1. Kasunod po natin i-compute, i-subtract natin ito. 3 minus 192, of course, that is negative 189. So, negative 189 divide by negative 1, negative divide by negative, the answer is positive 189. So, ibig sabihin, kapag pinag-plus-plus po natin yung terms, first term hanggang sixth term, the answer is 189. Okay. So, another thing, kapag binigay po yung last term, halimbawa dito sa example number 2 na ito, pwede rin po natin gamitin yung isa pa nating formula, which is this one. Pero, hindi po natin ilalagay sa formula yung 96 dahil wala naman po dito sa formula natin yung a sub n. So, ito yung gamitin natin na formula. I-try po natin kung pareho yung magiging sagot. So, yung sagot natin dito nung ginamit natin ito is 189. So, let's try with this formula. So, substitute 3 a sub 1 times 1 minus, ang r po natin is 2, raised to n natin is 6, divided by 1 minus r is, so unahin natin yung may exponent. So, copy lang po ito, 3 times 1 minus 2 raised to 6, that is 64, and then 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Pag-minusin po muna natin ito. So, copy lang. 3 times. So, 1 minus 64, that is negative 63. So, kapag pinag-multiply po natin, negative 63 times 3, the answer is negative 189. And then, divide by negative 1, the answer is also 189. So, meaning to say, kapag given po yung last term, kahit alin po dito sa dalawa yung ating gamitin na formula, pareho po yung magiging sagot. Pero, if the last term is not given, kagaya po ng example number 1 natin, ito lang po yung gagamitin natin na formula. Let us now try example number 3. Find the sum of terms of the infinite geometric sequence 45, 15, 5, and so on. So, dito sa example number 3, alam na natin agad kung alin yung gagamitin natin na formula dahil in-indicate dito yung infinite geometric sequence. Pero what if hindi po ito binanggit? Ano po? So, let's identify first the given. We have the first term, which is 45. And then, for our common ratio, so again, pagkuha po ng common ratio, 2 consecutive terms, 5 divided by 15. So, 5 divided by 15, ang atin pong simplest form niya is 1/3. How about 15 divided by 45? So that is also 1/3. Kung ilalagay po ninyo sa calculator, 1 divide by 3, ang magiging sagot po na yan ay 0.333333. And kung maaalala po, yung diniscuss ko kanina sa infinite geometric sequence, once po na iyan ay nasa pagitan ng -1 at +1, automatic, ang gagamitin po natin na formula ay yung para sa infinite geometric sequence. So, yan pong 0.3333 na iyan, 1 divided by 3, iyan po yung ratio natin is greater than -1 but less than +1. So, iyon po ay nasa pagitan ng 0.3 at 0.4. So, sana po ay naging malinaw, honey. So, if ever na hindi nabanggit si infinite geometric, i-check po ninyo kung yung ratio ninyo ay greater than -1 or less than +1. So, using the formula, let us substitute ang ating nasa numerator ay 45 divide by 1 minus ratio is 1/3. Take note, itong 1 po natin diyan is the same with 3/3. So, bakit ginawa nating 3/3? Dahil ang denominator dito ay 3. Again, pwede tayong mag-add at mag-subtract kapag pareho po yung ating denominator. So, yung 1, gawin nating 3/3. So, copy lang yung 45 sa numerator. 3/3. So, this will be 3 minus 1 is 2, and then copy the denominator. So, again, pwede natin itong i-rewrite. Since meron tayo ditong fraction, 45 times the reciprocal of 2/3. And that is 3/2. So, pwede na tayong mag-multiply. 45 times 3 is 135. And then, always remember, dito po sa 45, merong invisible na denominator na 1. So, 1 times 2, that is 2. So, 135 divided by 2, the final answer is 67.5. So, here are the differences between arithmetic and geometric. So, ito na po yung pinakang summarization noong ating lesson 5, which is about arithmetic, and lesson 6, which is about geometric. So again, when we say arithmetic sequence, that is adding a fixed number called the common difference. Geometric sequence, that is multiplying a fixed non-zero number called the common ratio. So, ito po yung gagamitin natin for computing the nth term para sa arithmetic. Ito naman po para naman sa geometric. So, sa ating arithmetic, meron tayong formula, 2 formulas for series. So, this is if the last term is given, ito naman po ay kung hindi given yung ating last term. For geometric series naman po, meron tayong tatlong formula. So, itong dalawa ay para sa finite geometric series. This one ay kapag given po yung last term. Not given yung last term. And ito naman po ay para sa infinite geometric series. So, all in all, sa ating lesson 5 and 6, meron po tayong 7 formulas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is the end of lesson 6 about geometric sequence and geometric series. For your learning outcome activity number 6, so ito po ay sasagutan ninyo sa inyong one whole sheet of paper. So, sa lahat po ng nami-meet ko every Monday, ang pasa po na yun ay July 27, and lahat po ng nami-meet ko every Tuesday, ang pasa po ay sa July 28. So, this is a 5-item activity, 4 points each. So, ang total po nito ay 20 points.